I think my village story and my what I have seen in my childhood, I think it will connect it to everybody, every person in the corner of the world.
నాన్న ఇక్కడే ఎందుకు మాయమయ్యాడు?
మన పూర్వీకులంతా ఉన్నది పెద్ద దంత కదా.
Hi everyone, it's Silas from AnimationCultureVulture.com. How are you doing? Thanks for joining me. Welcome back to those who are watching me again, and hello to those who are seeing me for the first time. We're going to be talking to Rishab Shetty, the writer, director and star of Kantara Chapter 1. We're also talking to Rukmini Vasanth, who plays the princess and one of the lead actors. This is a prequel to Kantara that came out in 2023. Let's go and find out more. Rishab Shetty, sir, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well. I met you very briefly at IFFI in Goa in 2023. I knew you must have met lots of people that time when you got your award for Kantara, the first film. So tell me, why did you want to go back to this story?
It always pushed me to tell my village story and tell our land story, tell our tribe story. So I always feels good to tell our ancient thing and our Indian culture, our belief system, and I came from a village called Keradi. So which has a huge forest, like an Amazon forest, okay? So which is in a Western Ghats.
Yeah.
So I have plenty of my village story, and this Kantara is about a human nature conflict.
Right.
So I always I always wanted to tell my village story, man. Yeah.
Okay. But in this story, you have like kings. It's the story about power. So...
Yeah. In this chapter, it is a prequel to the previous chapter. So it is chapter 1.
Yeah.
So this story set in 4th, 5th century. So when our state has formed by a king called Mayura Varma.
Okay.
So that is a timeline. For that timeline only, we have mentioned that Kadambas. So they are our first king, the main king. So that Karnataka king. Yeah.
Did you grow up with a lot of folklore and about the stories about the forest and all that? Seems very apparent in the work in Kantara, especially. And again, the kind of folklore, the stories around that, you're really putting them in a kind of in a modern way on the big screen. Would that be right?
It is all connected to my family. We worship that Daiva. So we believe in it. So from my childhood only, I have the dream. So I have to show this cultures. I have to show this rooted story of our village to a world. So that was there.
And is it a sense of pride, or is it a sense of wanting to share the stories and the culture and believing that this is something the world should know about?
Yeah, it's both. It's pride also. So that's my interest. So, but initially I thought maybe it will connect to Indian audience. Like every state, we have a very diverse states, and we have a different cultures. But in the core, we are all one, like Indians or a Bharata. So then after the release of first part, I came to Washington, Seattle.
Right.
So I met the Senate there. So he told me it is our story also, because in America, the Native Americans and lawmakers have the same issues. The Native Americans is always follow that tradition, that nature worshipping and everything. The lawmakers is putting that they always about development and
the culture of the land and how that.
So that conflict is there also. So I thought the whole world has this conflict. And one or the other way, we are always we are a tribes once.
So
exactly. I want to explore those folklore.
So it's like everybody's story, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I mean, you're writing, you're directing, you're acting. How do you do all this?
Because of my team. So I have taken an idea to them, to my co-writers, my DOP, and my producer, the whole village, because I have shoot this film in my village only.
Oh, I see. On
Yeah.
location,
So
not in a studio.
the
Yeah.
whole village and whole town is involved in this filmmaking process.
Wow. Yeah.
And my team, especially production house, DOP, and every technicians, my wife, my
Yeah.
production designer, my artist, our heroine is here, Rukmini Vasanth. She is a female lead. So
Yeah.
everybody has contributed into this film. So that is the biggest energy and biggest vibe for me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And how do you keep your energy like when you're in front of the camera and behind the camera? How does that directing is a big job in itself. So
yeah.
being the star, how do you cope with all that?
I don't think much. I have to do this and I'll do that because
Well, it's that
this
kind of
is,
adrenaline
this
that
is,
keeps you
this is I
going.
have a little bit experience from the past part I have
Yeah.
done there also.
Okay.
So, the same team, we are executing this film. So everybody knows their job, and the scale is also, they know the scale, the how we have to approach this film, technically how to execute this film. So everybody knows that. So we
Yeah.
have, I
You
go
build
on with
that
the flow. That's
foundation,
it.
then you can do it.
Yeah.
So what was the hardest thing for you? I mean, I heard you had some near death experiences, you really put yourself on the line to make this film.
Regular life also, we have a risk. We don't know. We're walking in a road.
Yeah.
We don't know who is going to come and hit us and kill us. We don't know. So I don't think that way. That there is a narrative here, because in Kantara, so many incidents are happening. Such kind of a thing. I want to tell people that that is the opposite. We had a opposite story. I have faced so many risky situations,
Yeah.
but I have survived from then, and there is a protection, there is a power behind me to push
Yeah.
towards completing the film.
What does it mean to have such a big release? After Kantara, the success of Kantara, and now this really kind of global push for this film. How does it feel? And you're kind of, I mean, you've gone beyond being a regional filmmaker.
I always believed more regional is more universal.
Yeah.
So I think my village story and what I have seen in my childhood, I think it will connect it to everybody, every person in the corner of the world. Every village has this story in a different version. I think if you search or dig in your grandmother's side, grandfather's side, maybe your village side, so you will get some kind of a story similar, maybe in a different perspective. I
Yeah.
think everybody has their own similar kind of a stories.
My parents are from Kerala. We're low caste, so I can
Okay,
identify
you
with
you
with the story basically.
you have a
Yeah.
similar culture there called Tayam.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what we are showing as Daiva, so
Yeah.
they tell that in a
Very
different
similar.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck. Good luck.
Thank you, Sailesh Ram.
Great to speak to you. Thank you. Take care.
అందుకే దగ్గరయ్యాను.
You've got a dream role. It's every actor's dream to play a princess, is it not?
It is, but a princess with agency. I mean, how often do you get that?
So tell us
And
a little bit about Princess Kanakavati.
I don't know if you've been able to watch the trailer, Sailesh, but it has a couple of glimpses of all the stuff that Kankavati gets to do. So we have a little bit of sword fighting in there. We have, a lot of room for some really fun performative moments and
Right.
stuff like that. So it's one of those films that's been really gratifying because I've got to experience the entire spectrum of what performance may involve.
Yeah.
So you don't get roles like this often, and you don't get to work on something that's so expansive and the scale is through the roof.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
one of those
Well, I mean, we can talk about the scale, but was there a lot of physicality? You had to train, you had to be fit to do this role. It wasn't just looking pretty and in some nice jewelry and clothes.
Yeah, the looking nice part, we had great support. Our costume designer, who's Rishab sir's wife, Pragati, is an incredible, she's a force of nature, and she has really helped with everybody. There were days where she's dressed 1,200 people. It's quite crazy. So luckily she took care of the looking presentable part for me. The stuff that
Yeah.
I had to work on was my general prep in terms of emotions of the character and stuff like that. And blessedly in this film, I got the opportunity to put on weight for a role, which is not something you get off with.
Wow. Okay.
So that was great fun. To look a little bit,
So he,
like
Rishab sir wanted a very kind of natural look. I take it
he
then,
did, yeah.
not a kind of very contemporary. He wanted a kind of princess
She's
figure
not a
for that
size
time.
princess. Exactly.
Yeah,
She's not a
right.
size princess. She can sort of, she can she looks right for that time.
Yeah.
So we did do workshops and stuff. So because I come from a theater background, I really enjoy workshops. I think they give you a lot of confidence. They give you confidence, they give the team confidence, and everyone can embark on it
Right.
with a more settled sense of, okay, we know what we're going about.
I see. But do you get that sort of time in the Kannada film industry? I mean, that's not
Certainly, when you work with
right.
teams, make that kind of time, that see the
Okay.
value in that. And Rishabh sir's team really did, even if it's small things, and I don't mean just, horse riding or sword fighting, but even more minor things like her body language or the way she might hold her head,
Right.
which is pretty crucial, because obviously
Yeah.
when you're shooting, you're in the middle of everything. You can't sort of come up there and be like,
No,
work on this a little bit.
no, exactly.
We have dedicated time beforehand for all of that. And it really helps that everything was shot near Rishabh sir's village. So you kind of, that's a bubble. And we all exist in that Kantara bubble while we're shooting, which
Yeah.
really helps.